Here we go, folks. It's time for another great matchup in the DPFL Darts Season 10 Finals. As this is the Division 3 Finals, we're taking a look at Zach Nielsen taking on Edgar Lane. And what should be an exciting affair. First, the 8's a little bit shorter than our premiere fellas that you might have just saw on our stream, but should still be a good time nonetheless, as I'm looking forward to seeing every bit of the darting action here on the dart board, that is. Of course, I am Nick Scher, your host as always. Thank you to Florida Commercial Care, Shot Darts, and of course DPFL for bringing USA Darts on to stream this.
140. Nice job.
Both players hitting a 140 in the first leg. I'd love to see every bit of this. See Edgar's board there has a interesting strobe effect going on with the lighting. I think it's just the camera itself that they're using. There's just kind of not the right frames per second, which is why you're seeing that shuddering there. It actually looks a little bit better on the actual Discord. But what is interesting is the two different boards. We have Edgar with the dots on the middle of the segments for the trebles and doubles, and Zach, the board that has been rotated and used and loved for quite some time. If it's a Blade 6, can't be that old. I still throw in a Blade 5. To be fair, I spend way more time talking about darts than I do playing it nowadays, as that's a third 140 for the match already. Looking forward to seeing how Division 3 fares for our finals coverage. Do you believe we still have our, I think it's Division 2 finals tomorrow. I think that will conclude our run of finals. Looking forward to seeing them. Yeah, Division 2 finals is going to be Wednesday, so make sure if you're enjoying watching the finals coverage here to tune in tomorrow night as well for Brad Lewis versus Joshua Scholler. Excuse me.
Oh, mother.
Apologize for the fruity language there. Edgar was not happy with that round there.
46.
Shouldn't be too mad about it. 20's not a bad leave by any means. 196 just going to continue to get chopped away here.
100. Oh, nice.
Just 16 on the turn. Zach has an opportunity early on here for a break of throw. Just a setup turn instead. Does do a great job with the setup turn. 4 is not as easy as it seems inviting.
First start.
And Edgar does get it done though. For leg number 1, 1-0. Hold a throw to get things going.
All right, brother. Actually, well, brother. $83.
Solid start there. Oh, 82. Even better than it looked on the camera there. Thought it was just a 58 on the start. Or 59, excuse me.
58.
Let us know who you're cheering for in this one, folks, as these players looking forward to put on a show for you. I know that they were excited about the opportunity to be on the stream. I'm excited to have them here on the stream.
81.
Another solid scoring visit there for Edgar.
60.
Zach in the round robin phase did have the highest 3-dart average of the Division 3 groups at a 59.76. There was his season, followed closely by Jeff Jones in second, but more importantly Edgar Lane in third at 59.27. That was where they were at for the season. 5 180s for Zach, 19 140s, 78 100s. Edgar, only 2 180s, but had 32 140s, so significantly more, and more 120s. So very interesting there. And the average finish is significantly lower for Edgar, which basically tells me Edgar is the higher scoring power and has more struggles on doubles. Zach, a little bit more of the well-rounded front there, which both have their own merits. Explosiveness on the scoring can just really set off your opponent sometimes and make them really struggle. That's not a bad thing at all. But of course, consistency in finishing is what gets you more titles than not.
Motherfucker. 30, I think. Sorry, 1 sec. That threw me off.
31 should be the case if that's 19. Yeah, there we go. Gets reset. They can't hear me when the stream's going on, so I usually let them work itself out. I'm not here to police the match. I'm here to commentate it, as that looks to be our
nice job.
third or fourth 140 of the match already. Love it. Zach finds one to leave 78 to pressure the 148 to go. We got a comment saying, let's go, Zach, from the Crestview Dart League. And Jake saying, let's go, Edgar. Edgar having frustrations at the tail end of this leg, was well out in front, but 6 lax darts. That 54 in? Yeah, it is. Over to the double 6. Just outside on the last.
66.
Eight scored so far. 28 on the turn. So Zach looking prime to make this one apiece. Interesting time to try to split there for Zach. I don't necessarily dislike splitting because, I mean, who the heck likes double 3? It's still going to be interesting if he gets punished, but no, it won't. Because I was going to say, Edgar should get a dart at the bull if they stay true. Does not in this case here. So the split was well advised, except for the fact that, well, Zach's still in the madhouse one way or another.
40. Bus.
Yeah, that's a bust there inside. So Edgar, 18 or 10 to set up for the double. Went right at it. 19 hit, 31 remaining, if I'm not mistaken. Again, unfortunately, with Edgar's camera, just a little harder to see. So we'll try our best to call it as it happens. But let's be honest, folks. If you watch the Las Vegas Open, you know my math's already questionable anyways. So maybe it's nice that I can blame it on the webcam for once rather than just me getting confused. If it is a 19, it should be a 15 for double 8 here on the shot. Can't quite tell. Maybe the first dart is a 7.
Sorry, I kind of froze up for a sec there.
38 scored?
38.
Yep, 38 scored. Zach gets an opportunity now at the madhouse again.
Us.
Can work in on that dart. Does it go? No.
6.
Over to the 3, and it's outside. Double trouble in leg 2 in Division 3.
Plus.
Double trouble continues.
Second dart.
And Edgar does get it. So Zach with an absolute heartbreaker there in the sense that he had his opportunities and just didn't go his way. I'll be honest, folks. I had a bit lofty ambitions this season. As I did sign up. I don't know if you, how many of you were in the previous stream, but I did try to sign up for Division 2. But when I found out Will Stewart was in Division 1, I said, screw it, put me in Division 1. Even though, I'll be honest, Division 2 is probably exactly where my average range falls, because I'm averaging right now probably around a 61 to 62. And the top averages in that league are right around a 61 to a 69 from looking at season 10 stats. Looking at season 10 Division 1 stats, which is the division I'm playing in this season, it looks like a majority of the players are around a 70 or above, or at least the top half are. So I'm going to be in some trouble. My goal is just to have a better performance than Will Stewart, and hopefully playing long format and playing steel again will help get me settled. As by the way, 100 100 100 is what we just missed in the background there.
41.
The hundreds do cool off. Still possible here for Edgar, but just a 60. Solid scoring though. Again, hold, break, and trying to go for another hold. It will come down to, and this sounds silly, but the most attempts at doubles. We saw the last leg bleed over 30 darts there. Some of those legs will happen. 85. These legs won't be as clean cut as some of the others. And we saw even in the Division 4 final that Ryan Westover can hit some big hits. Anybody can do that with any of these divisions, right? So it's about staying composed and trying to collect when you can.
77, 82.
Another solid scoring visit there for Edgar Lane. And all to the left side of the wire on the 20. Beautiful attempts at it, but just doesn't go. Just 30 points. 159 can get brought on down. You can see Edgar take some long pauses in between the shots there. I wonder if it's just a comfortability with the math. It could also be a multitude of factors. You're in the finals for the season, which is a pressure factor. It makes you want to maybe take the extra second to double check yourself. Or it could be the fact that you're on the stream as well and know that you're on the stream. These are all different factors that can cause those longer pauses. But I do think it's a little bit of math comfortability coming into play. And I'll be honest, as someone that has gotten back into practicing steel every day, but specifically before I would practice every day, but I wouldn't practice my math nearly as much as I practice by playing. I always forget, but it's so much tougher at the line to do the math. I can sit back here and have all day to think about it because I don't have to think about the math and throw the dart. I can do one or the other. But when you have to do both, it does get tricky.
$44.
145 will be the shot for Zach. Can just continue chopping down with the double trouble. Yes, you're going to assume Edgar is going to get at least 1 to 2 darts at it.
81.
But it's about making sure you have an opportunity on the return. You just have to play for yourself in that sense. And does do a good job of that. 54, 14 for tops. Looking upstairs. Not a bad marker dart. Oh, and falls so well, but doesn't go, and he even hits you with a, are you kidding me? Single 16 for double 16. No, he pulls it down. Does
32.
leave 32 on the return. If the return is possible, Edgar's going to be trying to deny it. It's easy after having two darts go nice and perfect high on that 20 to sink it down into that single. Oh, that's well placed too. He's all over it. Can't buy double 20.
Nothing.
As he gets outside on all three.
Dark.
Good shot
Nice.
there.
That's
Zach
nice
gets a
job.
leg on the board and breaks right back.
Sure, brother. All right, you too, brother. Six. 43.
Big difference maker in matches like this is just getting that consistency on staying vertical with your segments. You can see with that where on the 10, 7, and 20 that Zach has put some love on that board, and that's all it's about. If you can just focus on getting 60 points a turn and turn in, turn out, especially when you're looking at Division 3. I mean, if you look at Division 3, the highest seasonal average is by Zach at a 59.76. That means if you're putting 60 points a turn, you're out classing most of your opponents on the average leg.
$59.
Zach on his round robin season only lost one match in week 3 to Ren. Otherwise had pretty consistent wins.
81.
His match that he lost actually was one of his higher average matches for the season. Funny how that tends to work. Vice versa, Edgar Lane and his group went undefeated with one draw in Maddox.
Nice starts.
Mattox, not Maddox Williams. So yeah, otherwise went perfect in his run there.
$24.
Zach will have an opportunity to be the first one at a finish in this leg. 60 does not leave a finish. Good switch. There's a smart dart to leave a check. Edgar looking for a ton plus here. Looks like the first one does find the 20 bed.
95.
Good job on Edgar to keep himself in the running. 164 does not have to go, even if it is cool.
$98.
Good last start. It is in there. You can see the bristle beat up, so it's always a little hard to tell from the camera angle. Still trying to get used to our perspective here.
140. Shot. Thank you.
66 now on the look. 20 or 16. Looks like it is in on that 16 double top. Doesn't go for Zach. 58 now is the look for Edgar. Oh, sinks the first one. 14. And then goes high on the second. Struggling with the big numbers. Edgar doesn't get a dart now.
$19.
You can hear the frustration in the voice. Not happy with the 39 leave there. I want to see the split. He's going right at it. And leaves on 5. Yeah, I want to see a split because Edgar just missed 3 darts at big numbers. And he only is going to have max 2 darts at a double here. Deciding on his route should be 7 for double 16. Taking that extra moment. Is that a bust? No, it wasn't in the trouble. Over to the 5, doesn't go. But Zach is going to have his troubles in this moment.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. That's a bust. Wait, no, that's 29. I apologize.
Edgar, they're just having a little bit of confusions. All right, that works. Triple 1 for double 1. Played aggressive on that last dart. Yeah. Even though you normally want to bust leave a double, you don't really want to return with the Madhouse if you can. So I don't mind the aggressive last start. This is the split here.
Second dart.
Does get it 3-1. Edgar Lane 5 legs away from the win.
All right, Zach Sewell. Sorry, I'm just getting my bearings a little shaky. All right, sure.
In the postseason here, in the playoffs, Edgar has hit 2 180s to Zach's 0, 10 140s to Zach's 8, and 55 100 pluses to Zach's 49. But Zach does have the higher average overall, though, at a 60.48 to Edgar's 59.91.
85. Nice darts.
Zach on his run at the number 1 seed won against Joshua Beam after the first round bye. Then the top 16 beat out David
100.
Dennis, so won 7-1, 7-3, and then a 7-2 win over Kyle Lindenmuth, and then a 7-3 win over Colton Dunn. So Zach has not given up more than 3 legs in a given match. This is the most he's ever lost in the finals so far, is this match right here.
60.
Edgar, coming at the number 2 seed, had a first round bye, won 7-5 over Christian Newcomer, 7-1 over Zolt Andrasco, a 7-3 win over Eric Francis, and then a 7-2 win over Chris Fountain. So pretty solid performances from both. Zach definitely having the higher prestige on his run in the given sense that he's only dropped 3 legs, while the highest amount of legs dropped by Edgar was 5. But it doesn't matter at this point. If anything, 60. Zach is going to start to say, hey.
I thought you said 40. You said 140. Fuck yeah.
Apologize for the language there once again. These guys are having fun. You're playing at your house. Talk however you want. Have a good time. That's what matters.
61. $57, $99.
Good shot there. 99 to pressure the 116. 116 under a little bit of attack.
97, right? Oh, is it? For trip 19 and 220s? Yeah. What if, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. How do I fix it? I'll fix it for you. Okay, thank you for catching that. All good. I don't get that number very often, so I'll play 2 points. Thanks.
Zach just going to try to recollect. 76 for tops. Both good attempts at it, but doesn't find
58.
it. 58 on the turn. Edgar with 40. 84, excuse me. Why did I say 40? What is happening, folks? I've been around microphones too much. 32 scored. There's 48.
48.
18 for double tops for Zach. Nice and easy. Make sure to drill the big number. He does. Over to the 20. Now down to the 10. And does pin it there.
Nice job. Thank you.
Break a throw, and now Zach will get the darts in the next leg. 18 dart legs. Solid performance.
All right, you too, Zach. $140.
Nice. 140 there from Zach.
Nice. Out of the gate. Thank you. Thank you.
I do love the different vibes where you're watching like the Premier Division and it's like two professionals going at it, super serious, talk at the very beginning and end, other than a quick chuckle about something in the middle. And then here you have the other sense where it's like, oh, these are just two guys hanging out, having fun, and are going to get some money at the end of this. I'd love to see that.
26. It didn't get your 100. Oh, it didn't? Oh, fuck. I'm sorry, dude. Shit. Yeah, sorry about that. All good.
And you're going to continue to try to pressure Zach in front after 6.
60.
Will still be out in front, but not by much. Pretty much chalk leg. Did have a lot of fun out in Las Vegas covering some steel. Of course, with DPFL covering Steel Week in, Week out helps me get ready for the commentary. As it's so different, right? I feel like soft tip commentary is so different because of the expectation of the rare miss rather than the rare hits, which is kind of how you approach commentary in steel.
Nice shot. Thank you.
Good 140 from Edgar.
$42.
It's also a different pace of play to watch in person with a chalker versus remote, where with a call out self score style. I definitely know as a player that likes to get into the rhythm of a match. So another 140.
85.
Oh, that one's in the 5. Thought that looked good.
$59.
116 for Edgar to get a 4-2 jump. First one looks good on the 19. Should have a dart at tops.
Fuck.
And lets you know how he felt about that dart. Leaves 20 on the return, and Zach has a big task in front of him at 134. That's a potential 15 dart leg. The more I watch this final, the more I realize that maybe Division 1 wasn't the right spot for me. These guys are put on quite a show for you, both averaging above their season and playoff performances. And a good tee up from Zach to leave tops on the return. Edgar Lane, though, looking for the red bit. Taking his time. Drills in the single, so has to move. But nails the 5 on the second dart.
Thank you.
4 legs away from the win. 2 legs separated between him and Zach.
All right, brother. Shoot well. Shoot well.
And Edgar with things getting started here.
60.
The consistency in scoring has been great from both these gentlemen. Anybody in the chat that's cheering along for these guys, let us know what you know about them. I want to know more. Fortunately, with the timing of our finishing
99.
premiere right into this, didn't have too much time to get a chance to chat and get to know them. So if you guys know anything, let us know. Or if you just want to chat about anything, let me know. Edgar with another dart into the 20 bed.
125.
Good 125 from Edgar. Zach started off just fine this leg, though. Just going to continue to try to find another ton scoring round if possible. Looks possible now.
100. Nice.
Oh, but Edgar's firing right back. These guys are picking it up. They were already above average. Now they're above averager. That was actually the wrong dart on the first dart there for Zach, but no harm, no foul.
100.
Does find a solid scoring visit. So the first start there from Zach, you would normally start 18, 4 18s in a trip 20, leaves you shot the 170. If you start the trip 20 and miss it, you can't actually leave the 170. But doesn't matter there. He just found 100 and he hit on the first start regardless.
Good shot. Thank you.
So Zach continuing to chuck away. They're both starting to find those scoring segments pretty regularly as we see a big 134.
Nice. Thank you.
131 is under some serious pressure now from Edgar, or from Zach to Edgar, excuse me. With 60 on the turn, Zach has a little bit of time. 71 could go on the return, so you have to be ready. 48 remaining. One dart at double 16 he chooses, but does not get.
36.
So Edgar with 71 for an 18 dart leg. See how he continues this approach. And you can see this from Edgar. It's pretty rhythmic in his game. He throws his first dart, takes a big step off, trying to remember what he wants to do here, deciding what he wants to do here. 31 scored. We'll get him a dart upstairs and pins it.
Good shot.
Wow.
Thank you.
We've reached the John Park golden rule. 3 leg separation for Edgar in the win. 3 legs between Edgar and Zach. And Zach's just had a couple of missed opportunities at the end of legs. Both these players in the mid 60s right now.
Good shooting. Thanks, you too.
First to 8, though, so you still have time. And in this format, in this average range, you really can't factor leg separation as too heavy of a statistic. Yeah, it does sound like a lot. You know, there's a lot of breaks that need to be done alongside with holds. But if you start thinking about it that way, I mean, realistically, 66 points turns around means that both these guys are probably getting similar looks at doubles. It's just about increasing that percentage alone. That's all that matters. No trying to power score, no pushing a little bit more. You just got to keep playing steady. Well, we have the better of the Nielsen's in chat saying, "Hi, I'm Zach's wife. Zach is the Crest View Dart League president. He has a son who just turned 1 at the end of January, and we have a baby girl due in March." Well, happy birthday to the son, and happy early birthday to the baby girl on the way. Congratulations to the Nielsen's household in general. Love it. And thank you for the fun facts. Love our fun facts. As Grant Evans in the chat, one of our admins here says, Both these guys already moved up to Division 2 for season 11. Yeah, so you'll see that A, if you win, you automatically just get moved up. But B, it's also just depending on your performance of the season, and your season average does usually trump all. And both of these gentlemen more than qualified now at the end of their run for season 2. And I'd love to see it. Again, I signed up for season 2. Division 2 is what I meant to say. I signed up for Division 2, but then when I found out Will Stewart's in Division 1, even though my average is a little bit on the lower side right now, I said, you know what? Between the payoff experience and the fact that I don't have to hear I'm in a lower division than Will, it should be all but worth it for me. I'm excited to try my first season. And I normally am, the start of 2024, I was the hour a day on the steelboard practice guy, even though I wasn't in any leagues. But this is actually one of the only leagues I can play someone that travels as much as I do for, well, work and darts. The flexibility is crazy, and the opportunities it provides for all kinds of players. I've talked about time and time again, youth players not always having the best or safest of environments where I wouldn't trust bringing certain youth players to bars or establishments for youth tournaments, just because you just don't want to bring your kid in that kind of environment. But DPFL and their youth division gives them an opportunity to play at home, play against tough competition, and really sharpen the iron, so to speak. So I love that. Talked about the same even with when I was on the Greenboard Beast podcast, whether it's soft or steel, opportunities for youth players, opportunities for players with busy work schedules, and even that lets players play more darts against competitive people is good for the future.
Thank you.
Zach does a good job pushing off there. Does get to the 101. Edgar needs to be on setup duty.
Oh my fucking God. Hold on. 13.
13 on the score for Edgar. Detrimental turn.
Wow, that just went fucking weird.
101 for Zach to help stop the bleed in this matchup, because Edgar's just kind of stayed out in front this whole time. Again, Zach has not dropped more than 3 legs in any of his other playoff matches.
85.
Good 85 scored there from Zach. In close pursuit, though, see Edgar should just do a pretty casual switch to the 19s here. Nothing crazy. Is 69 scored? Is that trip? Is that it?
Sorry, that 101. That is 80. That's not right. One sec. Sorry. 96. My apologies for the delay.
Zach here. 16 is the look.
First start.
Good job there from Zach.
Nice job.
Down to 2 legs between them.
Shoot out, brother. All right, man. Shoot out.
Edgar will have the darts in this leg. Zach has the higher average now by 0.17. Catching a little bit of a breakaway. He's continuing to get better.
$45. 66. $60.
So Zach is in Group A of Division 2 this go around, alongside John C., Ken Hawley, Mark Lowe, Michael Lance, Chris Fountain, Douglas D. McKelly, James McDonald, Jim Helms, Noel Livet, and of course Zach himself. And Edgar is in Group I against Bob Rafferty, Brian Herbert, Brock Everett, Edgar Lane, George Owini, Ian Galindo, John Johnson, Merrick M, Nick Soldo, excuse me, and Ron Murphy.
All right, I'll take that one too.
Zach catching some heat here. I definitely think this is poised to go chalk again at some point. Not to discredit any of the Edgar fans at home, but Zach just seems like he continues to find that same momentum. And it's just a couple of missed starts at the end of legs. This very easily could already be chalk or in Zach's favor. And I wonder if this continues to go the direction it is, if that will be the case.
125. Nice.
125 to fall to 140. No matter what you can say about this matchup, we can at least agree Edgar is cheering for himself as much as he's cheering for Zach. In fact, I think he's been way nicer about Zach's darts than he has about his own darts.
31. Might break here. $100. Nice darts. Thank you.
So Edgar needs to leave a finish. Zach well in front. More than likely will leave the finish. Does leave the finish. 48. Doesn't have to go, but you don't want to leave anything to chance. Over to the 8. That's hugging the wire.
32.
So Edgar will get a shot to 150. Not going to shoot the Whitlock way. Oh, but it would have been so cool if he did. We've got at least 5 brownie points.
$33.
So Zach, another 3 darts at a double. Can you work into the 8?
I snuck it in there, third dart.
I was wondering. I was like, nice. There's no way one of those 3 darts didn't make it in. That looked beautiful.
Good shooting.
Back to 1 leg difference between these players.
All right, you too, Zach.
And right now with the momentum, the way things are going, you expect Zach almost to make it chalk here. Put a little bit of reset. He continues to race his average. The president of Crestview showing what he's got in store for us. I will say this is one of my other favorite things about the DPFL program, but really any long format league where you play in for a good couple weeks against tough opponents with similar skill values is the idea to continually try to push yourself and that expectation in your own game. You can really see from the start of the season to the end of the season, these players, I would venture to say they would have thought they improved, and it's apparent. That's the best part about playing league consistently, about playing against people and occasionally challenging yourself, whether that be putting yourself in a league you probably shouldn't be in, like the Nick Teixeira method, or just playing like league in, league out. If you get promoted, that's great, and if not, you stay where you are. But consistently playing is the secret, as that is an unfortunate deflection. Hanging on to the darts. Just 25, the fancy way.
Six. $81. 100.
Good shot from Zach. It leaves a finish. He has a lot of momentum going his way, and Edgar starting to feel for him a little bit.
Thank you.
He's just trying to collect. He hasn't really receded much. His average has gone down from a 66, but both of these guys are well above their play. Even it's not even just like, oh, they're above their playoff or their season average, and that's good for them. You know, like they're bringing the best at the end, but it's even their playoff average are significantly outperforming. Neither one of them. I mean, Edgar had the toughest match at a 7-5 win.
41.
Zach's closest was 7-3. So maybe it's just the iron sharpening iron here. I think it's just pushing both of these players to play their best, and Zach's absolutely rising to the occasion after Edgar continued to ask the question at the beginning.
Good shot. Thanks.
Does get 100 in there for Edgar. Zach's been having a little bit of double trouble, so he's going to want to try for as many darts as he can, as he is at double top right now. Doesn't go, so he'll be 20 on the return. Edgar needs to try to find another 100 or more scoring rounds. A bare minimum leave will just not be enough pressure on Zach in this instance. You don't want this to go chalk if you can. If you do, it's not end of the world, as Edgar will have the darts on the next leg. Doesn't mean you want it to get to that point. Good 100 there. Zach looking for the red bit. It's been his friend. It's been its enemy. Today it's his friend.
Thank you.
We're now 5-5. It's a race to 3, best of 5 now for this final for your Division 3 champion. Edgar with the darts. This is a good moment to try to recollect. I think this is exactly where I'd be like, all right, let me take a big old deep breath. Let me figure out what I need to do. And the answer is, if you're averaging, 6 points above your season and playoff average, the answer is nothing. Keep just your head cool. Keep yourself settled down. Trust the darts. And hope that Zach catches a little bit of a cold spell, as he's been pretty solid throughout this bout. And I even called it a couple legs before. I said I had a feeling that this might switch to a chalk match, and that's exactly where we're at now. Keep your darts vertical. And good adjustment from Edgar after that first start definitely got away from him.
$59.
Same thing for Edgar. Plants that dart in the 1.
22.
22 on the turn. Letting Zach with an opportunity to potentially steal the darts in this leg.
$81. $60, $75, $78. Take it.
Edgar says 78. I'll take it. Nothing wrong with that visit. Good cover dart on the last for Nielsen. Gets himself in front after 12. Just a 56-point separation, but in a matchup where you're talking about 60s averages, 56 points is the whole turn ahead.
I think I was going to get over that. That was weird.
And Edgar immediately recovers and bounces right on back.
$60.
Good job staying true. Don't want to accidentally leave a bogey. 144 is perfectly fine. the challenge 160. Oh, and goes left on the second. I think that's into trip 5. Should be 54 or 44.
Sorry, 1 sec.
Unless that one is in the 19.
54.
54. Edgar has an opportunity now. 106. You get that first leg back, and all of a sudden you feel like a new man. 54. No, he stays on the 20.
60.
To leave 46. So 10-6 wire on the return should be the shot. Oh, missed the big 14. Was trying to guarantee a dart at the bull. Love the shot selection from Nielsen here.
44.
10-6 wire for Lane. No. Is that 22 scored? 24 left. Not a bad miss. Was going 14 for double 16 was the intended target. Oh, and sinks it well into the 12 on the last. Frustrating moment.
34. Lord. Nice, dude. Nice.
Zach continues
Thank you.
his run up here. He's now 2 legs away from the win. His first lead of the match.
You too. Nice out. Thank you.
And honestly, Zach is continuing to ride his momentum.
Nice starts. Thank you.
You can hear Edgar having some frustrations in his voice. Will he be able to stop the bleed?
95.
Shot.
Thanks.
$60.
Five.
Now chasing. Still chalking this leg.
$60.
Continuing to find those 60 scoring rounds will be the secret to just getting the win here for Zach. Consistency in scoring, continually making sure he starts the doubles in every leg. If he wins this and gets the match point, it's his to lose. Edgar knows he's got to be on for the break. He's not going to be afraid of that task because he does find a 100 there.
Shot.
Thanks.
$99.
Hell yeah. Nice delivery.
And Edgar's still cheering on his opponent. I absolutely love the sportsmanship. It's not really a strategy I would say I use, but more so an incidental thing that happens. But whenever I've been in competitions, I always wanted to be so likable because I wanted to make good impressions with everybody. But the hidden benefit of that was, okay, if I always have my opponents like me, they might have trouble getting fired up to throw against me. So now I wouldn't go too crazy with that, but at the very least, I didn't give you a reason to beat me because I know for a fact
34.
if I didn't like somebody, which is rare, I'm usually more motivated to beat them. If I like the person, simply put, it's harder to throw as hard. Great shot from Zach, by the way. 134 to leave 64.
No.
Since the 161's not going to go, this is a big moment. This is a potentially deciding moment to get to match point. Zach Nielsen will get an opportunity. Potentially 6 starts at the 64. Edgar only at 136. Double 16.
Third dart.
Woo!
Dude,
Zach Nielsen.
God, get me out of my misery on that one.
Good leg. Chew Edgar.
All right, brother. You too.
Edgar has the darts. He needs to win 2 on the spin to get back to match point. 3 on the spin in the match. Zach has just absolutely gone on a tear.
5.
Jacob Kaufman saying, me and Zach were playing for 2 hours to get him ready for this match. He was averaging an 81 for 5 legs. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, you can definitely tell his darts are looking tight. His groupings are great. He started off again a little slow, but I mean, is rearing near a 70 average. He's almost 10 points above his playoff and season averages. But that's what happens when you're playing an opponent. Again, Zach wasn't really pushed in his playoff matches. Edgar, with that early jump, absolutely pushed him.
Good shot.
Thanks.
$140.
Nice starts. Nice delivery.
Thank you.
Just a reminder, folks, this match was at 5-2. So it's 5 legs on the spin there
60.
for Zach. 5 legs in a row is pretty hard to run off on anybody, let alone a person that has also made it this far, this deep into the season. And at that point, Edgar's average has only dropped by 1.2 points on his average. But Zach's raised up his average around 4 points since there.
What the fuck?
And Edgar not happy with that. Lets out a big expletive as he hits
33.
some. Well, I thought it was breakfast, but no, that's actually the 12. And Zach has an opportunity to take the darts away. He's going to take the darts away. He is all over that 20 bed right now. And finds the bull on the setup.
125.
Zach Nielsen.
Nice.
Incredible.
Thank you.
2-2-3 for Edgar Lane.
45. All right, brother. Take this out.
6 darts for Zach, as you can see Edgar even kind of not conceding, but was definitely not happy about his last couple darts. No, Zach's having some troubles now.
21.
Finish line itis potentially. He only gets 21 to leave 100. Edgar can absolutely punish that. If you just get 1 treble and 2 good singles, it's a completely different story. Over to the double 10 for the match. Zach sinks it low. Edgar Lane fighting. Can't do it here. Edgar deciding his moment. Looks like our internet might have buffered there for a second right at the end of this match. Do apologize about that, folks. Hope you're still here watching along.
All right. Hey, 33. Yeah.
33 on the score there. Zach Nielsen has more darts at a double now. He's already missed 1 match dart. Or 2 match darts. But gets it there.
Fuck yeah, dude. Nice job.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
All
That was a-
right, brother.
That was a great match, guys. That was some good shooting there. And man, Zach, to come back 6 legs on the spin, how'd that feel?
Oh, he put me to work for sure. That felt amazing, though.
Edgar, I mean, you came out firing there at the beginning, 5-2 on the jump. You're feeling good. And your average didn't drop from that point on. How'd you feel, despite the fact that you couldn't really regain that lead again?
Not good because I freeze up really bad due to my math and throws me off. So
Well,
that's my biggest weakness right there, and I'm really struggling with it. But
well, despite that, I mean, you guys still both played above your season averages, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys make it into a Division 2 for season 11. And congratulations both on your finals appearance and Zach on your finals win.
congratulations, Zach, dude, you fucking rock, brother. I'm proud of you, man. That's awesome.
It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, dude, you're a badass. Division 2, I'll see you at top.
Yes, sir.
Nick, thank you, sir. Appreciate your time.
Oh, my pleasure, boys. My pleasure.
Yes,
All right, Zach. Have a good night, brothers.
You too.
Cheers.
All right. Well, folks, that will conclude our coverage here for Division 3 finals. Do apologize about the internet hiccup at the end there. So I hope you guys were still able to watch along. But big shout out once more for Florida Commercial Care, Shot Darts, and DPFL for bringing USA Darts to stream this. That will do it for us this evening. And I hope you all have a great night. Signing off.